Okay, I'll just start with my screen first. Share screen. There you go. Okay, so everyone, good day, good morning sa mga nasa Philippines. Also, good morning to those who are in the Middle East right now. And I am here in Canada, as mentioned, so good evening to me and to the other participants. This will be our third session of our webinar. So since we started this and we have been sharing this information to all prospective or interested applicants to come and immigrate here in Canada, especially yung mga nahihirapan makapunta sa Canada. So this is a good opportunity for us to have a better understanding of what international student pathway in Canada can bring and kung paano or how you can benefit from it. And of course, the moment you sign up to this webinar, that means you are very much interested to know more about it and you are taking the next step towards fulfilling your dreams. Okay, so first, let's discuss our meeting agenda. So, on today's webinar, I will be talking or just maybe a quick overview of my company. And also, I will explain about the program overview of this international student pathway in Canada. I'll also give you some brief information about Canada itself. And then, pag-usapan natin, let's talk about the benefits, how you would benefit for studying here in Canada. And then what are the eligibility requirements? Because this is very important. And what are the immigration pathways that will be available to you after studying in Canada? And I'll also talk about our partner colleges, but of course we have our partner here, Miss Lobby. She will explain further about our partner colleges and yung mga available scholarships for you to avail them. Okay? And of course, we do have a question and answer afterwards. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to advise us kasi we'll be more than happy to address those questions. Okay, so first, let me talk briefly about myself or about the Magdarayo Canada Immigration Consultancy. We are based here in Edmonton, Canada, Alberta, Canada, and we are dedicated to provide professional services to our clients from all over the world who wish to pursue their dreams of immigrating to Canada. So hindi lang dito. So we would want to help everyone who's interested to immigrate to Canada. And me personally, of course, I have a better understanding that moving to another country is very challenging because like you, everyone, I used to be an immigrant, or I actually used to work overseas then. Kaya I'm really, really familiar of the experience. And of course, I understand how challenging it is, and we are committed in helping our clients with our expertise. We are also devoted in aiding those who aspire to start their lives in Canada. And of course, you can expect that we will help you along the way with care in an efficient and timely manner. Yeah. Also, another important thing about us is that this is our vision. The company vision is by the year 2025, the Magdarayo Canada Immigration Consultancy will be one of the most trusted and well-known immigration consultancy companies here in Canada. The company will be amongst the most preferred consultants for foreign applicants who wish to study, work, and immigrate here in Canada by securing partnerships and affiliations with employers, colleges, and universities. And that is what we're doing right now. So we just started in 2023, but we're very happy to say Wait lang ha, mute lang natin sila.
Meeting ba yan? Or desot? Meeting ano?
Okay. So, pamute na lang po tayo para ano. Just, okay. So, yeah. So, our company just started in 2021. But in a span of 2 years, we are already growing. Kaya we would like you also to be part of our journey, and we would want us to be part of your experience then of fulfilling your dreams of coming here in Canada. Okay. So our values, we believe that, of course, respect. We respect our clients. We treat them with respect and fairness. Trust is very important, and we make sure that we work closely with our clients in making sure that we look into potential pathways applicable to them. We don't just focus on one, but we explore opportunities. And then also accountability, since we are dealing here with time, very, very important. We hold ourselves accountable of our actions when we are dealing with our clients. And we take responsibility of any information and documents that our clients provide with us and handle them with utmost care and confidence. Of course, timeliness, you will be guaranteed that we will be working promptly, and we'll make sure that you don't have to worry about the time, because we understand how time consuming application is, and this is our value. We make sure that hindi pa balik-balik yung application ninyo by making sure that we submit them once they are complete. Okay. And then, of course, another value that we are so proud that we follow is resilience. So if an application will not be successful, we are determined and persistent. We don't just easily give up, and we always find ways to find other offers. Okay, so the Magtarayo Canada Immigration Consultancy, our services, we offer visit. We process your visit visa, extend your visit, student or worker visa if you're already here. And then if you need the transit visa, visit for your children, grandchildren, visit visa for business, visit visa for work, and student permit holders, we assist on that. We also focus on immigration. So for any programs that are available to the public, like express entry, family sponsorship, provincial nomination, Atlantic immigration pilot, caregiver, um, rural and northern immigration pilot, self-employed startup visa for business people, the new programs that are available, healthcare workers, permanent residence pathway, and modern immigration. So any immigration pathway that is opening, we make sure that we get to know them and understand them, so that we would be able to cater to more clients than the other immigration consultancy businesses available there. Okay, other services that we offer, study. So again, so if any people is interested to study here in Canada, we assist in looking for a school, and that's why we partner with GUS. Get a letter of acceptance, process your student permit, as well as getting PGWP or postgraduate graduation work permit and open work permit for your spouses. For work, we will also be assisting people by finding ways for permanent residency and getting a job offer. Being able to work in Canada allows for several pathways to open for you, and we can assist employers applying for LMIA or labor market impact assessment. And once it's done, we can assist the applicants to apply for a work permit. And of course, once you've been here for a while, we also can assist you with the application of your citizenship. Okay. So, of course, the company itself is owned by myself. I'm Ray Vincent Magtarayo. You can call me Ray. And I am the immigration consultant, or the RCIC. So, just to have an overview of myself, I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant with a good membership standing. And I immigrated here in Canada way back August 2018. And recently, I became a Canadian citizen in August 2020, in December 2022. So masyadong mabilis lang. And I'm originally from the Philippines, just like all of you. I landed in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador through Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program when they launched it that time. I completed the Immigration Practitioner Diploma, Law, Policies, and Procedures from the Canadian Society of Immigration Consultants, or CSICE Academy, and I got my letter of authority last March 4, 2021, and this is my license number, R706329. So it's very important that if you're dealing with people who claim that they are RCIC, Regulated Canadian Immigration Consultant, always make sure that you ask for their license number. Because if not, then you would not be able to verify if they are really an RCIC with a good membership standing. Okay, so moving forward, a few more information. I also work in several countries before I came here in Canada. So I work in UAE, Oman, Papua New Guinea, Singapore, Philippines, and now in Canada. I graduated at the University of the Philippines and I completed a Bachelor of Science in Hotel, Restaurant, and Institution Management. So I used to be a hotelier before I became an immigration consultant. And I decided to be an immigration consultant after me personally, I experienced how difficult it is to immigrate in Canada and to fulfill the dreams of living in Canada. And my main goal is to help individuals without breaking the bank. So if you will actually check, sabihin, we would like to, as much as possible, provide the most affordable services to our clients compared to the market. Okay, so that's about me. Now let's talk about why you are here, why you're attending. Of course, the program overview for the student pathway. I know you're more interested to that. These are just some of the most popular universities and colleges here in Canada. We've got the Memorial University in Newfoundland, University of Calgary, University of Toronto, University of Manitoba in Winnipeg. Okay, and then there's the Seneca College. Few information about the student pathway. Do you know that it's one of the most popular program here in Canada? And there are over 1,500 universities, colleges, and other institutions that are authorized by the Immigration, Refugees, Citizenship Canada, or IRCC, to welcome international students. They are called the DLIs, or the Designated Learning Institutes. Also, there are around or over 600,000 international students in Canada. So there's a lot, ang dami-dami. And due to its popularity, it's a great destination to study, work, and immigrate. Canada has seen its international student population triple over the past decade. And obviously, because of the very high demand for international students, a lot of people like to study in Canada. So we will see more growth and more people who would sign up to study here in Canada. And hopefully, you would be included in the next batch. Okay? And alam nyo rin ba that Canada welcomes international students from nearly 200 countries each year. So, madami. Hindi lang sa Philippines, there are also other nationalities na talagang gusto mag-aral sa Canada. And ang kagandahan about studying in Canada is that you may apply for a merit-based scholarship, bursary, or grant through your institution or through third parties. And later on, when we discuss about the partner colleges, they will also be talking about scholarships available. And then one more good thing about studying in Canada is that your spouse or partner can also apply for an open work permit. habang nag-aaral ka while you're studying. So your partner can work, allowing them to work with any employer anywhere in Canada while your children can also join you. Sila naman pwedeng mag-aral ng libre in elementary and high school. Okay. Also, few information that we would like to share with you. There is a possibility, or you are allowed to work up to a maximum of 20 hours per week while you're studying in Canada. And you can do full-time jobs naman during semestral breaks. And once you complete your program, you may be eligible for to remain in Canada for work using your PGWP or post-graduation work permit. However, not all colleges offer PGWP. But it doesn't mean na hindi ka na magiging successful sa pagka-Canada. As I mentioned earlier, if you are actually studying in Canada, you can bring your spouse with you, and then your spouse can do open work permit. So pwede sila magtrabaho, which eventually will also increase their chances of being eligible to immigrate to Canada. Their employer, kung magustuhan sila through their performance, can offer them LMIA. And potentially, once you finish your graduation, even though you don't have the PGWP, pwedeng magtuloy-tuloy kayo sa Canada kasi si partner mo naman is magustuhan ng employer. So it's a matter of strategizing then when you're actually considering to study here in Canada. Okay? And also, if you're a student, the days that you stay in Canada while you're on the student visa is counted half a day, which you can use for the residency requirement when applying for Canadian citizenship up to 365 days. Anong ibig sabihin nito? So, in short, when you are eligible to apply for citizenship, you must have stayed in Canada for 3,095 days or 3 years. And sabi dito, if you're on a student visa, you can actually use that time as well, kahit hindi ka PR. Kasi ang kailangan PR, di ba? 3 years. So that means if you study for 2 years, up to a maximum of 365 days, sabi half. So if you study for 2 years, that means you completed 1 year of equivalent residency stay for your Canadian citizenship application. That means you only need to complete 2 more years as a permanent resident. One more advantage of studying in Canada, there's no age limit. And according to the most recent federal government statistics, over 50,000 of international students become permanent residents each year. So napakadaming nagiging PR every year. So of course, that's why we would like to share this opportunity kasi we would want you to take advantage of this beautiful program. So some terminologies that we mentioned earlier, PGWP or the post-graduation work permit, wherein it allows you to work kahit walang LMIA or walang labor market impact assessment, which basically is yung LMIA is like yung permit ni employer to hire someone who is not a Canadian citizen or not a permanent resident here in Canada. So ibig sabihin, open siya kahit kanino. But that is if you have the PGWP. And with the post-graduation work permit, as with all open work permits, the graduates can work full-time, part-time, or can also be self-employed, depending on what you wish to do. A post-graduation work permit may be issued based on the length of the study program for a minimum of 8 months up to a maximum of 3 years. So ibig sabihin, if you study for 8 months, you get 8 months of PGWP. If you study for a year, you get another year of PGWP. But if you study for 2 years or more, you get 3 years PGWP, which is the maximum. So that means if you take a 2-year program, you can stay in Canada for 5 years as a temporary resident. And then, of course, after that, pwede nang mag-PR. Okay? So let's talk about Canada naman. Of course, for sure, a lot of you are very much interested to know about Canada kasi this would be your destination. A lot of people, maybe ang alam lang sa Canada, malamig, may snow. It's in the northern part of the world, which is true. Pero for us to better understand what Canada is, then let's share this information. So Canada is a country in North America, and it consists of 10 provinces and 3 territories, which include the British Columbia on the west, then Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland and Labrador. Sa taas, Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut. So from the map, makikita nyo na napakalaki. Canada is a very big country. In fact, it is the second largest country in the world. Okay, another fact about Canada is the capital of Canada is Ottawa, and its three largest metropolitans are Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver. And later on, makikita nyo na these three big cities or biggest cities, meron tayong partner college to na kung gusto nyo tumira dito sa tatlong big cities na to, of course, you can take advantage of talking to our partner about the college that is available. Okay? So eto pa, about Canada, do you know that Canada is a parliamentary democracy and a constitutional monarchy? So when we say parliamentary democracy, ibig sabihin, the country's head of government is the prime minister. So hindi po siya presidente, but he is the prime minister. And there are two official languages of Canada. So it's called official bilingual nga, English and French. So if you know how to speak French, if you know how to speak English, then it's very good. And Canada ranks amongst the highest in international measurements of government transparency, civil liberties, quality of life, economic freedom, education, gender equality, and environmental sustainability. Makikita nyo talagang Canada is a very beautiful country, very fresh ang air, walang pollution. It is one of the world's most ethnically diverse and multicultural nations, the product of large-scale immigration. Di ba sabi natin kanina, there are around 200 countries, nationalities ang nag-aaral dito sa Canada. So students pa lang yon. What about yung mga residents na talaga? So it's a very, very diverse country. And napakaganda talaga ng Canada. Of course, we want to educate you of the benefits, why you should study in Canada. Of course, number one, it is a safe community. So compared to, dito napakabihira kung makabalita ka ng krimen. Unlike sa ibang countries, for example, in the Philippines, everyday manood ka ng news, di ba, binabalita is riding in tandem, hold-upan, or killing whatsoever. But here, bihira kang makakarinig ng balita. But of course, meron pa rin kasi it's normal naman for all countries. Rich multiculturalism. So there's a lot of Filipinos here in Canada. Marami ring iba't ibang lahi. So if you're very much interested to know people from different walks of life, different background, Canada is a great place to be. A lot of employment opportunity. So dito sa Canada, if you have the authorization to work, ikaw mismo ang susuko. And just to share with you, when I was new in Canada, I even had 3 jobs. Kasi talagang, syempre, gusto-gusto ko makapag-ipon ng pera para mabawi ko yung mga ginastos ko when I came here in Canada. So I would say talagang employment opportunity-wise, especially kung di ka mapili sa trabaho, it's very easy to get. Canada is a beautiful country and environment. So makikita mo, if you have friends who are already living here in Canada, makikita niyo yung mga malalaking puno, makikita niyo yung mga bundok, makikita niyo yung dagat, you would see different types of landscapes. Napakaganda. And of course, I want you to visualize yourself, no? That you will be in one of those beautiful places in the future. Okay. And then Canada is also a high-tech, modern country. And when it comes to values and culture, Canada is one of the best. When I say values, so I always share this. First time ko pumunta sa Canada, I was surprised. A random person or a stranger actually opening the door for you. So ako na-experience ko lang yun when I was working in hotel, no? So yung mga bellman, di ba, they will open the door for you. But here, you don't have to be working in the hotel because anyone, kapag ka may pumunta ka sa establishment and you are behind another person, that person na nauna sa'yo will hold the door for you. Nakakatuwa. And then Canadians, people in Canada, they always like to say sorry, very polite. Kaya nakakatuwa. You would be able to experience campus lifestyle if you study here in Canada, and a lot of education and scholarships are available. So sinasabi nga na ang Canada is one of the most affordable institutions or country to study compared to the US, New Zealand, Australia. Very cheap or affordable ang mag-aral sa Canada. Of course, one more benefit of studying in Canada is immigration. Siyempre, di ba? A lot of people would like a better life in Canada through immigration. Plano maging citizen or maging permanent resident and eventually maging citizen like a lot of people here. And studying in Canada will really open its doors for immigration. Another good thing about Canada, free ang healthcare. So when you say free healthcare, ibig sabihin kung may sakit ka, you don't have to worry about paying the doctor because your health card, ito yung nasa kanan, yung Alberta Personal Health Card, you just have to present that, check upin ka ng doktor, walang tanong-tanong. And then, for example, nagkaroon ka ng emergency, wala kang ipon, pumutok yung appendix mo. So, pupunta ka dadalhin ka sa emergency room o operahan ka, nothing to worry because you don't have to pay a single penny or a single cent. Covered yun. Pati yung mga gamot na i-take mo during while you're admitted in the hospital, free lahat yon. And ito, gustong-gusto to ng mga kababaihan, especially, kasi dito sa Canada, kung babae ka and nabuntis ka, nanganak ka, libre ang panganganak mo, at the same time babayaran ka pa for every child that you bear. So kasi, di ba, konti ang population ng Canada, here you are paid to make or to build your family. Kaya nakakatuwa. It's very, very good. And then of course, if you study in Canada, one good thing na hindi mo pwedeng gawin sa ibang bansa, especially like for example, if you're coming from the Middle East, you can come to Canada together with family. So spouse, anak, pwede kayong dumating ng sabay-sabay. Kaya very, very good country ang Canada. And then now, let's talk about the eligibility requirements. Kasi baka naman we keep on talking about the benefits tapos hindi naman pala qualified. So that's why it's very important that we understand what are the eligibility requirements if you study in Canada. Okay? So first, syempre, if you want to study in Canada, kailangan enrolled ka. Diba? You must be enrolled at a DLI. Hindi lang basta-basta kahit anong college. Kailangan DLI or Designated Learning Institute ang iyong pinag-aaralan. Also, you must be able to prove that you have enough money. So, dapat may pera ka. Hindi pwede yung walang laman yung iyong bank account kaya gusto mo mag-Canada. No, it's not allowed. So, kailangan meron kang enough money to pay for, number one, your tuition fees. So, kung ang problema mo is medyo pera, tuition fees, don't worry kasi meron tayong mga partner colleges na very affordable. Pasok sa inyong mga budget if your budget constraints. Of course, you must also have enough money to pay for your living expenses for yourself, your family, who will come with you here in Canada. And of course, kailangan din meron kang return transportation for yourself and your family who come with you to Canada. So that's about money. Also, another eligibility requirement is that you must obey the law. You must have no criminal record and you must be able to present a police certificate or sa Philippines, di ba yung tinatawag na NBI clearance. Kailangan malinis. Okay, another eligibility requirements, you must be in good health and must take a medical exam. Kailangan pumasa ka rin. And lastly, kailangan din ma-prove mo sa officer that you will leave Canada when your study permit expires. So hindi pwede yung nandito ka na, magti-TNT na, di ba? So kaya nasisira ang mga Pilipino dahil sa mga TNT. So that's why it's very important that you must prove to the visa officer that you will leave Canada as soon as your permit expires. Siyempre, kung pumunta ka dito sa Canada, meron ka rin mga responsibilities that you need to follow or kailangan mong masunod, right? So while studying in Canada, you must make progress towards completing your program. Siyempre, di ba, nag-aral ka nga dito. So it's very important that you should study. Hindi pwedeng bumabagsak, hindi pwedeng mga nagiging delinquent students like in the mga universities sa Philippines. No, dapat priority is your studies. You must respect any conditions listed on your study permit and you must stop studying if you no longer meet the requirements. Hindi pwede yung ipipilit. Okay? So pagka hindi na pwede, uwi na. Okay? Other responsibilities that you must follow, depending on your case, there may be conditions on your study permit such as if you're allowed to work in Canada. Siyempre, di ba? If you're allowed to travel within Canada. And also dapat yung specific date na kailangan mo nang umalis sa Canada. It must also specify where you can study. Ibig sabihin, kung saan ka naka-enroll, yun din dapat ang college na nakalagay sa iyong permit. And whether you need an immigration medical examination then. Okay? So other eligibility requirements, kailangan. Okay? Hindi ka pwedeng umapply sa Canada kung wala ka namang proof of acceptance. So here, we will be helping you with our partner colleges. It's easier to get proof of acceptance or LOA or offer letter through our partner colleges. Your school must send you a letter of acceptance, include the original or electronic copy of your letter with your study permit application. So hindi ka makakapag-apply ng study permit kung wala kang LOA. When it comes to money, kailangan din meron kang proof of financial support. You must be able to prove that you can support yourself and the family members who come with you while you are in Canada. And speaking of proof of financial support or requirements, ito ang kailangan na meron ka. Okay? Aside from your tuition fee, if you intend to live outside Quebec, here you can see, no, if you're just by yourself, ikaw lang, you student, you must have 10,000 Canadian dollars. If you want to bring your family with you, dapat may mas marami kang pera. You must be able to prove or to provide additional 4,000 Canadian dollars for your spouse, for the next family member, and then kung gusto mo pa ng more family members to come with you, additional 3,000 Canadian dollars. So in short, a family of 3, your proof of fund should have 17,000 Canadian dollars. Okay, ito naman kung sa Quebec ka mag-aaral. So, one person pa lang, kailangan one person under the age of 18. So, kung ang anak mo is age under 18, kailangan 6,569. So, kung halimbawa ikaw, 17 years old ka, gusto mo mag-aral sa Canada agad-agad, dapat may 6,569 ka. Hindi ganun kataas kumpara sa outside Canada, outside Quebec. Pero kung ikaw naman is 18 pataas, kailangan 13,134 ang pera mo. If you wanna bring your spouse, dalawa na kayo, 19,264 naman dapat ang pera mo sa bangko. If you want to bring your child, kailangan may 21,579. Kung dalawang bata naman, 23,290. So medyo mas mataas ang proof of funds sa Quebec kumpara sa ibang province. Pero when it comes to living or ano ba tawag doon? When it comes to living allowance or cost of living, yun, cost of living, mas mura sa Quebec kumpara sa iba. Okay? There is also another program which is called SDS or yung Student Direct Stream. So eto, mas mabilis ito. And the good thing about it is that Philippines is part of it. So if you want to apply under SDS or Student Direct Stream, you can process your visa for only or within 20 calendar days. However, syempre, hindi naman guaranteed na 20 calendar days. Sometimes it can be longer as well. But syempre, dito sa SDS, kailangan bayad mo ang tuition mo for the full year. So, hindi pwedeng installment. Okay? So, and countries that are eligible for this are Antigua and Barbuda, Brazil, China, Colombia, Costa Rica, India, Morocco, Pakistan, Peru, Philippines, Senegal, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago, and Vietnam. Okay? And then eto naman, I think this is what you're very much interested to know then. What are the immigration pathways after student pathway? So number one, express entry. So yung express entry is, it's a pooling system, di ba? So it's a point system wherein kapag when you reach the certain point na CRS or calculated score, then you will be invited automatically to become a permanent resident, to apply for permanent residence. And if you study in Canada, your year na nag-aral ka sa Canada plus your work experience on PGWP, nakakadagdag din siya sa points mo. So mas lumalaki yung points mo when you study in Canada. Another program is Canada Experience Class. Ito naman yung in-explain ko kanina, right? So remember, you bring your spouse with you. Regardless, may PGWP or walang PGWP, private college. So while you're studying, si spouse, let's say nag-aral ka ng isang taon. So yung asawa mo will also have 1 year of open work permit. So siya, after he finishes or she finishes the 1 year of work experience, eligible na siya sa Canada Experience Class because ang requirement lang is you must have a year of work experience sa Canada. So that's a good program. Dagdag pa natin yung PGWP kung eligible, right? Provincial Nominee Program, ito, some of the applicants na ino-offeran ng PNP ay yung mga nag-aral sa province and work then sa province. Meron akong kakilala na nasa Ontario right now. So nag-aral sila sa isang private school in Ontario. So si Mrs. nag-aral sa private school, walang PGWP. Si Mr. naka-open work permit, pero ang work experience niya is sa IT. So nung nag-work din siya dun sa Ontario, IT rin ang work niya. So nakakatuwa kasi hindi na kailangan tapusin ni Mrs. yung kanyang pag-aaral kasi because of the previous experience in IT plus the work experience in IT sa Canada, yung Mr. naka-open work permit, inofera na ng province of Ontario to apply for PR agad-agad under provincial nominee program. So nakakatuwa kasi in less than a year, na-ofera na sila maging PR. So it's a good strategy din. Atlantic Immigration Program naman, this is kung ang mag-aaral ka sa Atlantic Province. So, therefore, Atlantic Provinces, yung nasa East Coast, yung Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, and Prince Edward Island. Dito naman, requirement, dapat mag-aral ka ng 2 years program sa DLI sa Atlantic Province for you to qualify for AIP. And the same sa Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, same din siya ng Atlantic Immigration, pero ibang area naman. So ito sa rural and northern, so medyo sa mga liblib na lugar, pero hindi sa Atlantic, all over Canada to. 11 communities ang participant ng program. Okay, ganun din sa more than immigration. Yung more than immigration naman is sa more than Manitoba. Ang kagandahan, or actually, ang more than immigration, medyo may pagkasiloso sila. So, Unfortunately, kung meron kang kakilala, friend, kamag-anak, anywhere in Canada other than more than, kung malalaman or syempre tatanong nila, di ba kung may connection ka, if you're connected to anyone elsewhere, hindi ka magka-qualify. Kasi gusto nila na ma-make sure that you will stay in more than. So syempre sa kanila is i-sponsoran ka nila, they will invite you there, pero dapat doon ka mag-stay, hindi aalis. Okay? So that's more than immigration. And then meron din tayong tinatawag na temporary resident to permanent resident pathway. Nag-start siya last year lang. Ang kagandahan dito, so for example, you're a student, si spouse naka-open work permit, yung mga workers on that sector, for example, sa hospitality, sa healthcare, and other jobs, kahit kahit na naka-temporary work permit lang, inoferan na mag-apply for PR. So, ang daming programs. And of course, as mentioned, many more. Kasi hindi lang ito yung mga programs. These are just some of the immigration pathways that will be available to you after you study here in Canada. So, nakakatuwa kasi ang dami. And then also, I want to discuss or to talk or to introduce our partner colleges. So far, the Magtarayo Canada Immigration Consultancy, meron na po kaming 10 partner colleges. So we've got the Parkland College in Saskatchewan, Northwest College in Saskatchewan. We have the Toronto School of Management, of course, in Toronto, Ontario. Trebas Institute in Quebec. Canadian College of Technology and Business in BC. Meron tayong Fleming College Toronto sa Ontario. May Northwest College tayo dito sa Edmonton. We have University Canada West sa BC pa rin, sa Vancouver. We've got the Great Plains College in Saskatchewan. And then we also have Cumberland College in Saskatchewan. But for today, we will only be focusing on apat sa partner colleges natin kasi sila yung ating co-presenter in this webinar. So with that, I will be, of course, presenting our speaker to talk about our partner colleges. And this is, of course, everyone, I would like you to welcome and of course, let's be prepared to our next speaker, Miss Lobby Milama of GAS or Global University System. Ayan. And then later on, if you have questions, we can talk about it. Okay? So, Miss Lobby, you're next.
Hi, Ray. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat there. So, it's still morning in the Philippines, right?
It is, yes.
Okay. So, make me a host, please, so I could be able to share my screen.
Ito na po. Make host. Ayan.
Okay, so I'm now a host. Let me share my screen. So, can you see it now, my screen?